Linus Tech Tips is under attack yet again, this time for supposedly not being critical enough about Honey, the browser extension, after learning about its questionable affiliate revenue practices. Gamers Nexus and Rossmann are trying to stir up drama, claiming Linus didn't do enough to call out Honey's behavior. Let's be real here. This isn't about ethics or transparency for them. This is about taking cheap shots at Linus because they're bitter about his massive success and can't stand the fact that he's in a league of his own. Gamers Nexus and Rossmann seem to think they're the self-appointed moral police of the tech world, but their attacks on Linus are nothing more than petty jealousy dressed up as concern. Linus built an empire. He's not just some random YouTuber. He's the face of one of the largest tech media brands on the planet, with millions of loyal fans, multiple thriving channels, and a level of influence they could only dream of. Meanwhile, Gamers Nexus is stuck nitpicking in their videos, hoping someone cares. And Rossmann, well, he's still ranting about every little thing under the sun, like a grumpy old man yelling at clouds. Gamers Nexus loves to position themselves as the gatekeepers of honesty and integrity, but let's be honest, they're just professional nitpickers. Their entire business model revolves around finding flaws, blowing them out of proportion, and acting like it's some sort of grand revelation. It's not. It's just a tired formula they use to try to stay relevant in a space where their reach is dwarfed by creators like Linus. Without drama, their views barely scrape 1 million, and even when they do, it's obvious they're just capitalizing on negativity to get there. They've mastered the art of whining, but creating meaningful, engaging content, not so much. And then there's Rossmann, who's somehow managed to turn ranting into a full-time job. Rossmann doesn't just rant about Apple anymore. He rants about everything, to the point where his content has become painfully predictable. He's like that one person in your life who complains about everything no matter how good it is, and after a while, you just stop listening. His rants aren't insightful or impactful. They're just boring. He's been recycling the same grievances for years, and it's clear he doesn't have anything new to say. The only reason he's even in this conversation is that he's trying to use Linus's name to boost his own relevance. The truth is, these two are attacking Linus because they're jealous. Linus Tech Tips is everything they'll never be: innovative, influential, and beloved by millions. Linus isn't just making YouTube videos. He's running a full-fledged business empire that has set the gold standard for tech content. Gamers Nexus and Rossmann, on the other hand, are just small-time creators punching up because they know they'll never reach Linus's level. Their attacks on him aren't about accountability. They're about envy. What's worse is that Linus has been responding to these clowns, and he really shouldn't. This is exactly what they want. Every time Linus addresses their criticisms, it gives them the spotlight they're so desperate for. They're trying to ride his coattails because their own content isn't strong enough to stand on its own. They know that attaching their names to his is the only way they'll get attention, and they're shamelessly exploiting that. Linus engaging with them is like feeding trolls. It only makes them louder. Gamers Nexus and Rossmann aren't interested in genuine discourse or improving the tech community. They're interested in clicks, views, and whatever scraps of relevance they can scrounge up by attacking someone far more successful than they are. Without this drama, they'd just be two forgettable channels shouting into the void. Gamers Nexus survives by nitpicking, while Rossmann just complains about everything under the sun, hoping someone will care. Neither of them is creating anything innovative or meaningful. They're just making noise, and it's as pathetic as it is predictable. Linus doesn't owe these two anything. He's built something extraordinary, and he's done it through hard work, creativity, and a deep understanding of what his audience wants. Gamers Nexus and Rossmann can whine and throw tantrums all they want, but it won't change the fact that they're miles behind him in every conceivable way. Their attacks are nothing more than desperate attempts to stay relevant, and frankly, they don't deserve the attention they're getting. At the end of the day, Linus has already won. He's created an empire, inspired millions, and set a standard that others can only aspire to. Gamers Nexus and Rossmann, they're just background noise, bitter, envious, and stuck in the shadow of someone far greater than they'll ever be. Their desperate attempts to drag Linus down only highlight how far beneath him they really are.